Welcome to my channel, After the Narcissist. My name is Corey Sullivan. I am the founder of this Restored Heart Ministries. I know how you feel because I've been where you are. This is a channel to help you find healing, clarity, and learning how to rebuild your life after leaving a narcissistic relationship or marriage. So join me now for this series called Rebuilding After the Narcissist. Have you ever rolled a conversation around in your head over and over, wondering if you were too sensitive or overreacting or maybe just remembering something wrong? Or have you felt like you needed to apologize just to restore the peace, even though you felt like you didn't do anything wrong, but you just wanted the peace? And have you ever laid awake at night asking yourself, is this really my fault? What did I do that was so horribly wrong? My name is Corey Sullivan, and I'm the founder of this Restored Heart. I remember the exact moment I realized it wasn't me. And that realization changed absolutely everything for me. You know, I thought if I could communicate better, be calmer, pray harder, do better, everything would finally stabilize, just like it was when we first got married. I believed we could go back to how our relationship felt back then. And it really wasn't that many days. You know, when we were dating, he couldn't do enough. He was so steady and so loving and so hopeful and so looking forward to our future. And here we were now on our honeymoon. We're at a beautiful resort on the beach, and the sound of the ocean, we're sitting on the balcony overlooking the ocean, and the waves are coming in and the ocean air, and it's just amazing. Earlier that day, we had explored a little beach town up the coast, and we had been there and enjoying the sea, you know, the sights and everything, and laughter and conversation and holding hands, and you know, just like people on a honeymoon would be. And it just felt like we were finally getting back onto steady ground again. On our very first day of our honeymoon, it had already been pretty rocky. We were going to go down by the pool, and we got our lounge chairs all set up and everything, and he became upset about something that had happened in the resort a little bit earlier. So we were just getting ready just to relax, lay by the pool, enjoy the sun and the ocean air, and he insisted that I apply sunscreen to him, and I said, well, of course, I would be happy to put it on your back and your shoulders and, you know, places he couldn't reach. Not because he just couldn't reach them. But then he wanted me to also put it on his face and his tummy and his legs and everything. And when I didn't respond the way he expected me to, he grabbed my wrist really tight, so tight that when he let go, there were marks on my wrist. And I said, you know, I'm happy to put it on your back and everything, but don't you want to put it on your face and your shoulders? He says, no, I want you to put it all over me so that you're showing everybody at the pool how much you love me. I didn't react the proper way. So when he had hold of my wrist so tightly, and for quite a long period of time, I said, I think we just need to take a little break. And he gets up and stomps off to the restaurant. I remember sitting there after that, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around it. Was I wrong? Was that normal behavior? What exactly did I do wrong? And at the time, I didn't call it manipulation. I called it a misunderstanding. So here we are, 4 days into our marriage, explored this cute little town up the beach. He wakes me up at 2 o'clock in the morning and begins yelling at me about something that happened a week before our wedding. And I had no idea. I thought it had been resolved and everything was fine. And his anger was escalating so quickly At one point, he doubled his fist and hit the wall just inches from my head and said, "That's how mad I am." And in that moment, something inside me shifted. Not because of the wall, not because of the double fist, but the fact that I felt unsafe. I grabbed my phone, I wrapped the sheets around me, he went into the other room, and I was preparing to leave. And suddenly he comes out of the other room, and everything shifted. He couldn't apologize enough, there were tears, he was blaming it on a bad dream, and promised to never do that again and scare me in that way. That emotional whiplash and fear, followed by remorse, and it just created confusion in my mind. Confusion has a way of making you question your own reality, doesn't it? Over the next few days, more inconsistencies and things, little incidences surfaced, and information had never been disclosed came up. We'd had the talk before our wedding about our finances, our health, families, what we expected, what worked for us, what didn't work for us, and financial realities that he was carrying had been hidden. All of a sudden, I'm realizing, that wasn't part of our conversation. And when I mentioned that it wasn't part of our conversation, he asked me to put him on my life insurance policy. When I put him on our health insurance policy, he disclosed he didn't have any health insurance. And I thought, if anything happens on our honeymoon, I'm going to be personally responsible. So I had my insurance agent on the phone, and she immediately put him on my health policy till he could get back and do a checkup and do all the things. And he said, "Put me on your life insurance policy too." And I just thought, "Whoa, this is not healthy." My head was spinning again. I thought, wow. I just wondered what happened to the man, this gracious, charismatic man, that I thought I had married. So when we got back, I let it sit there for a few days, and things were just kind of moving along. And then there was another instance, and the next morning I went to go see my counselor. And she just listened to the full pattern, and she looked at me and she said, "He is a textbook narcissist, and you need to get away as quickly as possible." And I remember sitting there, I was stunned. And then I was strangely relieved, because it wasn't me. That was my aha moment. So at the time, I didn't have the language for what was really happening and going on. I just knew that something was off. But as I was beginning to learn, I started to understand that these are patterns of narcissistic behavior. The control, the intimidation, the emotional whiplash, the hidden realities, the apology, "I'll never do it again," and then just repeating the cycle again. And that's when the clarity came. I realized I was not reacting poorly to something healthy. I was reacting normally to something unhealthy. Has that ever happened with you? So when confusion becomes constant, you start asking, is this relationship healthy? And then you start asking yourself, what's wrong with me? How come I can't make this relationship work? Narcissistic relationships are built on control, then shifting the narrative, gaslighting, emotional instability, just to keep you off center, so that clarity just doesn't happen. It doesn't come. You find yourself in chaos. In 1 Corinthians 14:33, it says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but a God of peace." After some consideration and prayer and meeting with my pastor at church, I really felt like filing for divorce was something I was going to have to do, even though it had been such a short period of time. Because I did not want to live that life. I did not want to subject my family to that life. So filing for divorce was probably one of the most difficult decisions that I had to make. And it was hard. It was really and truly hard. It was humiliating. It was painful. I had just stood in front of my family and friends, made all these vows, thought I'd married the man of my dreams, and now I had to swallow my pride and admit that I had made a huge mistake. But honestly, it was also the first truly courageous thing I could have done in that relationship, because leaving wasn't about anger, and it wasn't even about winning. It was about being safe and keeping my sanity and keeping my family safe as well. Sometimes courage doesn't look like staying and fighting. Sometimes courage looks like leaving to protect your peace and to protect yourself. What I didn't understand yet was why I had tolerated this confusion in the first place. Because that was not what I had gotten married for. I looked back and I realized I had ignored some red flags, and then I found myself second-guessing myself. I didn't even tell my friends for 30 days, for a month, that I had filed for divorce. I just kind of kept to myself. I did tell my family, wasn't accepted well with a couple of them, but it really did need to happen because it wasn't safe. And it wasn't what God had designed for me after all these years. So I know that there's a whole lot more to this story, and it goes back much further than I can go into in this particular segment. And it really and truly didn't start on my honeymoon. It started decades earlier. So in this series, I'm going to take you back to that time and explain and show you how I started my healing journey from narcissistic behavior and wounds and the things that go on when you're involved with a person who displays narcissistic behavior. In the next episode from Confusion to Clarity series, I'm going to share the wounds I didn't even know I was carrying and how those wounds caused me to attract this type of a person. And if this so far has resonated with you, I have created a free reflection guide that you can go through. It's called Was It Me? You'll find the link below. And if you're ready for some structured support, I also host a live monthly call where people gather on Zoom and we just talk. It's called the Thrive Community Call. It is a space for healing, clarity, and rebuilding. And there is a link that you just leave your name and email address so I can notify you of the time and date and give you the link to the Zoom call. I do it once a month in the middle of the month. Then also you'll notice you can subscribe on my YouTube channel so that you get an email the next segment that comes out, which I'm doing these once a week right now. And it'll be a series of 6 segments, and you'll receive a notification as soon as it's ready. And then, of course, once you're on there, you'll be able to review them, go through them, take notes if you need to, download the materials, because again, it's all free. The biggest thing is I want you to understand you're not alone. I've been where you are. I know what it takes to heal from that and to move into a life of healthy relationships and enjoying life just as Father God designed it to be for you. So again, that was my aha moment. And it was the beginning of my clarity. And I really do want to share this with you. Just hope that it speaks to you and maybe I can help you on your healing journey from being in a relationship with someone who displays narcissistic behavior. Clarity is the beginning of freedom. And freedom is where the rebuilding begins. So thank you for joining me today. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next conversation. Thank you.